This is the Relevant Podcast.
It's Tuesday, December 21st, 2021, and it's the Relevant Podcast. Merry Christmas, everyone. Here in Orlando, I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and joining me from Loverland, Virginia, is Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
From Austin, Texas, author, speaker, podcaster, Jamie Ivey.
Hey, guys.
And from Nashville, Tennessee, artist, producer, and mogul, Derek Miner.
What's happening?
It's Christmas week. Derek, I texted you my favorite song, and I'm not exaggerating. I've listened to this song probably 40 times over the last couple weeks, is your track, Black Santa. It's on one of the Relevance. I'm not joking. It's on one of Relevance Christmas playlists. And so we have a hip hop playlist. It's track 3 because track 3 is the important track. I put it on track 3. Dude, I love that song.
Yo,
when did you make that? A couple years ago?
First off, I just made the beat. It's my uncle and my aunt that are doing the
I
lyric.
wondered who the woman was because she wasn't credited.
It's my uncle Fred and my aunt Erica.
Dude, he's hilarious.
He's a bishop.
I love his verse.
So we're like,
but you're the hook. You were just the beat.
So he comes to the studio. He's like, all right, nephew, I want to do a rap Christmas song. I'm like, are you sure? You know what I mean? But he's like that guy. Like, hold on, I'm gonna get y'all a picture of my uncle, and it'll all make sense. When I send you a picture of my uncle, it'll all make sense. But yo, he's like, he was serious about it. So they came in. You know, I wrote the hook. You know what I'm saying?
It's a great hook. Your
crazy.
Son makes an appearance.
Yeah.
You're doing the hook. The beat's great. He's hilarious. He had some pretty good flow, and then he was just talking about like Mrs. Claus looking good in her little red dress, and like I was like, all right, okay, Bishop, let's go.
Hey, man, hey, look, when I send you a picture of Aunt, and I'm gonna send you a picture of Aunt, and you're gonna be like, oh, okay. I get
It's
it.
the sort of track that, like, we did a Christmas party playlist and a hip hop playlist, and then more contemplative indie stuff. But like, that's a track that if you're having a Christmas party, you want to put on. It's a fun song. I played it on the podcast last week. So,
Are you guys back into the Christmas party swing this year? I feel like last year it was kind of awkward. Like, no one really knew. Like, should we be going to parties and stuff? But I feel like everyone's kind of like, all right, we're just going to the Christmas party this year, and they're accessing part of their closet they haven't looked at in like 2 years. Like for me, there's a back corner of the closet that has like, slightly for the closest to like formal wear I get that I've pretty much just shuttered. Are you guys back in the Christmas party swing this year and are revisiting some clothes that haven't seen the light of day for almost 3 years now?
Yeah, I'm in all the Christmas parties. And in fact, just the other day, I was thinking, okay, I got this party. I'm going to wear this sweater with these jeans. But if these jeans don't fit, because I haven't worn them since last year, there's a big probability that these jeans are not going to fit. Then I can wear these pants with them. So yeah, that's where I am, Jesse. It's like, a lot has happened in a year.
Yeah,
with all of our bodies.
I usually make one annual trip to H&M or like some mall store, like like the day of the Christmas party, like, oh shoot, I don't have anything that's appropriate to wear here. But I'm excited to be back in the Christmas. I've already been, I've gone to 2 chili cook-offs that are sort of like holiday-ish so far.
Wow, chili cook-off for holiday? I've never heard this in my whole life.
Isn't that like a Labor Day
It's wintry.
thing?
It's winter, it's a good...
That makes me think of like Super Bowl.
Check the chat real quick.
That is your uncle. That man. He's a bishop?
Derek, good Lord.
I would go to that church.
That's your real uncle?
Yeah.
Derek,
this is one of the most impressive, stylish men I've ever seen in my life.
I mean,
Jesse, is this what you're wearing to your holiday parties?
He's one of the most handsome individuals I've ever laid eyes on, for one. And can I describe...
This man's dangerous.
Derek just sent around a picture of his uncle who's featured on this track. And I'd like to describe that suit because he just one-upped. If this guy with that suit comes into any Christmas party, the room just stops. You know what I mean? Like,
so you're the boring one in the family, is what you're saying.
Hey, look. Yeah. Anyway, we just gonna leave it at that. Bishop Bar. Yep.
Well, there you go. Hey, y'all made a track that's good for Christmas playlists, Christmas parties. So there you go.
Oh yeah, we're gonna turn you up. You put that on, you gonna pop out the frame for sure,
dude. Okay, this other picture that you sent, Derek, real quick. the stovetop hat is full Lincoln. Okay, like Michael Gungor used to wear what I call a half Lincoln, which was in between a stovetop and a pork pie. The half Lincoln. This is full Lincoln. He is wearing the full Abe Lincoln stovetop top hat with the suit, dude. It takes a tremendous amount of style to be able to pull that off, and people not look at you like, dude, you got a full Abe Lincoln. He pulls it off, man. Like, you don't even look twice.
I forgot to tell y'all. Oh, he also went viral. He was on Jimmy Kimmel.
Really?
Wow.
Yes.
For this outfit or just for what?
Hold on.
This other picture, he has
is
two
he wearing a
different
black feather boa with this suit and Lincoln?
Hold on.
It does in the second picture look like.
Clark, I'm going to send you the spot.
He's wearing two different color Jordan 4s in this other picture. Like, this is a very impressively dressed man.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. Like, he literally went viral. He lives in Nashville. Hold on. He went viral for a song because he has a hot dog truck. So he has like the best, literally the best hot dog trucks in the city. Wow. And it all blew up because he made a song called $2 hot dog, $1 water. And he went viral and Jimmy Kimmel literally had the joint. So here, I'm going to send you the link. Yeah, I'm sorry. It was Jimmy Fallon. I'm sorry. All right, here you go.
Yeah, I'm sorry. This one's the last one. This guy's named Frederick Barr. You know him? It's iced tea. What? That's not iced tea, dude. That is Frederick Barr. Frederick Barr.
So they played a song. Hold on.
It's not iced tea. But the name of the song is called $2 hot dog, $1 water. I think I have a pretty good idea what the song is about. But let's listen. $2 hot dog, $1 water. $2 hot dog, $1 water.
Andy's a bishop. He's an entrepreneur.
He has a church, Life Church in Nashville. It's called Life Church.
How does he not have a reality show? Like, you know,
For
like
real?
remember when like Chris Lee's Knows Best, like on TV? Right. It was just like suddenly I care about this.
It's still going.
And it's like I'm not even sure where he's from, why he's famous, or why there's a show about him. You can't find someone better like Derek's uncle, who week to week would be the most. I can't imagine. Do they have children, Derek? Or is it just
so they have they got adopted a couple kids, but
but a whole family situation I would watch that show.
All the kids are grown. All the kids are grown, so it's like all he does is his food trucks. He has a restaurant, he has a church, and
that's all he does.
He does everything.
All right, well, we have a great show in store for you today. Coming up later,
it's just the intro.
Derek's uncle is joining us. No. Bishop Frederick Barr. Danté Stewart is joining us. You might have seen him in the winter issue of Relevant. Well, this is more of that conversation. It was a hard-hitting conversation about the future of the church in regards to maybe racial issues. You know, to solve another world's problems here on today's episode. Also, at the end of the show, we have a very special What's Jesse Thinking for the Christmas season. But before we toss to slices, I want to remind you that you can go over to relevantstore.com right now and pre-order the annual print edition of Relevant. It's available for 20% off for a very limited time. It's going to ship next month. But you can go now and get a special price. We're just trying to squeeze all the orders we can before we place the big print order. So there you go. Go to relevantstore.com and help us out. Plus, it's going to be great on your coffee table. It's all the best long form content from 2021 Relevant and a nice, beautiful print edition, premium edition. Go check it out. Okay, stay tuned. Up next, it's Slices. You're listening to Empty Houses. The song is Sleigh Ride. And just like the last several shows, all the music you're hearing right now is available for you on the a very relevant Christmas Spotify playlist that we've put on Spotify. Indie, unplugged, party, hip hop. I think that song is on the party mix. Go check it out. They're available for free as our Christmas gift to you. Some actual good Christmas jams. And guess what? No Mariah Carey. Well, today's show is brought to you by UHSM. Are you tired of the rising costs of healthcare? We are, which is why we're excited to tell you about UHSM. Unite Health Share Ministries, or UHSM, is a Christian health sharing ministry that will put your health first. Health sharing is not insurance. The programs at UHSM are member-based fellowships where faithful people can take charge of their own health care. UHSM offers different programs to meet any and all of your needs. They also offer telehealth options so you can access health care at the touch of a button. For more information, head over to uhsm.org or contact a representative at 1-800-900-8476. Again, that's uhsm.org for more info or contact a rep at 800-900-8476. Okay, it's time for
Slices.
All right, what do you have, Jesse?
All right, so it's that time of year where there's a lot of fun little studies and research coming in, that people are doing about trends about the holidays, particularly Christmas, and for this one, Christmas movies. Now, this one was created by a tutoring service. I love that the people commissioning these surveys and studies that are just like infographic heavy have nothing ever to do with like whatever the survey is. It's just a viral way for them to promote their service, which appears to be an English learning tutoring service. So obviously they're the ones to gauge what's the most popular Christmas movies this year. But hey, they put in the work. So Preply.com prepared this. But anyway, and I do question their methodology a little bit because this is from them. For this study, we analyzed search trends for keywords related to 115 of the highest rated, highest grossing holiday movies of all time. We then narrowed down the search to the top 25 most searched for films and evaluated how popular they are in each state. So not really the most perfect methodology, but sure, why not? If all of them are measured around the same. But it also is like, if I saw something weird in a Christmas movie or just wanted to know a piece of trivia, I'd probably just end up Googling it. That might skew it. But either way, anyone want to guess what the number one, according to this methodology, number one most popular Christmas movie of this past year is?
Of the past year, not all time?
Currently, based on these search trends.
So it's based on search trends. So the most,
Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, that's kind of where my
it's on the list. It's on the list, but it's not number one.
I think it's going to be an older movie. Like people are like, we need to get something wholesome in our life.
It is, I guess
Hard.
now. No, it's sadly Die Hard did not make the list. There's a couple interesting ones on here that I would not have expected. But number
I Googled
one,
Die Hard recently because I had a friend who was like, let's watch Die Hard. And I was like, cool. And I Googled, where can you watch Die Hard? And it is not streaming. You have to watch it with commercials on IMDb.
I started watching it on Peacock the other night because I love Die Hard.
Oh, it's on Peacock?
It with commercials, and I have the premium, and it still had commercials.
Really?
Yeah.
What is it?
But either way, Die Hard's a phenomenal movie. Right. Jamie, didn't you try Die Hard the other day and bailed on it?
Last year I tried. I watched half of it.
Yeah.
And
How did you watch half?
Zero desire to see the ending.
Well, either way,
Zero.
I can figure it out.
Zero. Not one
I was going to say.
Jamie, that Family Matters, the beloved show with Urkel.
Yeah.
That show came from Die Hard.
I remember you told me this last year.
Carl Winslow was so popular, they built a show around his character. And that
still has not pushed me back to watch it. Yeah.
Oh, man.
He has the best arc in that whole movie. Either way, it's not Die Hard. The number one most popular Christmas movie by this standard is Home Alone, which I feel like...
You know what?
That
was my second choice. That was my second choice.
What are your guys' feeling in hindsight about Home Alone? I feel like we all kind of came of it.
It's my favorite. It's my top. It's a top 3 for sure for me.
It's top 3 for me as well.
Elf number 1.
Elf is number 1. Christmas Vacation is my number 2, and I do Home Alone number 3.
So I'm swapping the two.
You flipping those?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And look, man, the Culkin family. Rory is on Succession. Like they're still, and he's the cousin in Home Alone. So
the cousin that pees. that he
Yeah,
didn't want to share a room
Oh, I
with.
didn't even know that.
Yep, Fuller.
Yes, the Culkin
Fuller.
brother. Yeah.
Fuller.
Fuller, you're right.
Okay.
Yeah. So Home Alone has legs, and so does the Culkin family.
Yeah.
Number 2 was The Grinch, but it noted it was a 2018 version, which I think there's been like a handful. I think there was a Jim Carrey. I think this is the Benedict Cumberbatch version.
Oh, I thought it was, the Jim Carrey one was
2000.
2000, yeah.
Yeah. The number 3, and this one I'm kind of surprised. They wouldn't be surprised if this is number 1 because I feel like this is climbing the charts every year in just sort of the movies you watch at Christmas time, and that's Elf. I feel that
should be
one
Number
is
one.
Number
that's
1.
a tight rotation right now.
Should
I feel
be
like the
number one.
rotation in a lot of households is Elf, Home Alone, Christmas Vacation. Some of the other ones
Yeah.
on here, you know, those are sort of like if you had a Mount Rushmore, people would probably put It's a Wonderful Life. I contend no one actually watches that at Christmas.
Yeah, I'm
they just
good.
tell people they
I'm
do.
good.
You know what I mean? Like it's like, yeah, I read The Great Gatsby in high school. Did
Right.
you?
Man, just give me. I'll take the Santa Claus over
Over that.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll literally take any.
My kid's
Yeah, the Santa
favorite
Claus.
Christmas movie is Santa Claus 2.
Santa Claus 2 was fire. It
It's
was
fine.
straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Did you
well,
know,
this-
I watched Christmas with the Cranks the other day. Tim Allen's in the Santa Claus, and he's the main guy in Christmas and the Cranks. He's in a lot of Christmas movies.
Is Four
Yeah.
Christmases on there? That
Four
movie makes me
Christmases
laugh.
That's pretty good.
is on there, and that
Okay.
the Vince Vaughn, Reese Witherspoon,
That makes
is
me laugh.
And you
Yeah,
know what
that's
else should be on there,
21.
but I know that it's definitely not on this list. Is next Friday.
Next
Is-
Friday is a Christmas movie?
No, I mean Friday after next. The last one
It's
is
a
it
Christmas
is
movie.
it part of the Friday
is
franchise?
yes. The last
Oh, I
one
never
was a
seen that
Christmas
one.
movie. Yes, the first it starts off with a crackhead stealing the
Uh-huh.
Christmas tree, and that starts the whole situation.
Okay, I'm gonna have to watch that this year because I've never seen that.
Yeah, Friday after that. That's where Cat Williams exploded on that one.
Mhm.
That's what exploded
Oh,
Cat
yeah.
Williams' career, and also Terry Crews.
Yes,
Really?
right.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
heard
It was from there to White Girls, and then Terry Crews was gone.
I heard Terry Crews was valet parking cars at the time, and they needed someone who looked like jacked in that Friday After Next role.
Yeah.
And one of the producers was like eating at a restaurant. Terry Crews went to park his car. I read
Are
this
you
somewhere,
serious?
and they're like, "Hey, do you act?" And he's like, "Sure." And they're like, "All right, here, show up." And now the world has Terry Crews.
Yeah.
But yeah, so It's a Wonderful Life came in at number 9. Christmas Vacation was all the way down at number 10 on this list, which I think is not accurate.
What about a Christmas Story?
A Christmas Story, dude? Christmas Story number 8. Still
Okay.
kind of low.
So
You know?
I would say, as an
Yeah.
adult, I've watched that movie probably more than any of the others because of the TBS marathon. Like
Yeah.
on Christmas Eve
okay.
for 24 hours, they play A Christmas Story, right?
Right.
Well, what am I doing on Christmas Eve? I'm up all night wrapping presents. So I
Right.
just have that on in the background and it'll loop and keep going and keep going. I probably watch it 4 or 5 times in a row while I'm just getting everything ready for the next morning, and I don't even like it that much, but it's just kind of like, I don't
It
know.
was cool.
It's the soundtrack of my Christmas Eve now,
I feel like they could re-edit that and shave about 35 minutes and it'd be pretty watchable right now. But I can't sit
Pretty
through the
much.
whole
Same
thing
story.
right now. I can't, there's
It
a
is
lot
pretty
of...
monotone. It's that early 80s filmmaking style where it's just kind of,
Yeah.
You're kinda
But either
flat.
way, I agree with you guys. Elf should be Elf. There's a contention for Elf as number 1. Get Grinch out of the top 3. Put Christmas
Yeah.
Vacation, and let's put Elf
Especially
at the top.
For
I
sure.
agree.
Cumberbatch one. Yeah.
For sure.
All right. What do you have, Jamie?
Okay, so we're getting towards the end of the year, and the end of the year, we see what was trending in our country in 2021. And so a new article just released with the top trending searches. So there's a lot of searches that they have on there throughout the months. Like what were some of the most searched things? Like how to help refugees spiked up in August. That was a good search, or how to style straight leg jeans. That was a big search. How to help Texas was a big search in February. But here's the top trending. Y'all remember Texas in February, right?
Mm-hmm.
We had our little
power
snowcopla.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's the top trending how to be searches. Does that make sense? How to be blank. Okay, you ready? How to be eligible for a stimulus check is number 1.
That makes sense.
Number 2 is how to be more attractive. Okay. Number 3, how to be happy alone. Mhm.
Oh,
I don't know what this means. You guys can tell me. Number 4 is how to be a baddie.
A really pretty woman.
That's what a baddie is?
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard that in my whole life. The next one's how to be a good boyfriend, how to be a good kisser, how to be a flight attendant, how to be happy with yourself, how to be mindful, and how to be romantic. So this year, people were trying to do the romance.
A lot of lonely hearts out
romance
there.
sinkers.
Yeah.
I know like Google, based on your searches, kind of gives you tailored algorithm predictive responses. But I just typed in how to be just to see what popped in. Number 1, how to be happy. So that was on your list. Number 2, how to be a good American.
Oh.
Number 3, how to be smart. I think if you're Googling how to be smart, it's not for you.
Like you just typed in how to be, and then before you hit enter, you saw what came up.
This is the predictive drop down. Yeah. How to be cool, how to be a baddie, how to be single, how to be funny, how to be pretty, and how to be a better person. How to be single? Why do you have to Google that? Just by default, you're single. Anyway.
Big facts.
What'd you guys get?
I got how to be a notary.
Well, do how to be space, and it'll take...
How to be space. I got how to be happy, how to be single, how to be a good American.
Yep.
Baddie? Y'all have never heard that before.
Yeah, I got all those.
It does seem like a lot of people seem like they want to find love, and they're interested.
Baddies.
They want to become baddies, or they're interested in how to be a better citizen, which is very interesting. And then just a lot of interest in the notary field. So
somebody trying to forge something.
Someone's got to get notarized. Someone's got to notarize all this.
Forge some stuff.
Oh goodness!
I think they just want that cool stamp,
Yeah.
Forge some stuff.
Make you seem valid.
How to be a baddie. All right, Derek, what do you have?
Hey, so quick question before I go into my slice. Out of the 50 states, where do you think Delaware ranks in crime?
It's got to be low.
Hold on, does it include corporate crime, or are you talking about violent crime?
We're talking mostly violent and petty crimes like burglary, theft,
okay.
That's got to be low then.
Yeah, so
because if you were including white collar crimes, I would say probably very high, because so many companies are ghost incorporated in Delaware because
right. So let's take
you're taking that out.
Yeah, take that out. Let's just talk about just like the typical murders and burglaries and all those different things.
I don't see those headlines, so I would think low, but you're bringing it up, so now I'm thinking probably not.
Yeah, what you think, Jesse?
I would imagine I've passed through Delaware quite a few times, and it doesn't seem like very much going on. At least off the highway where Jamie, I'm going.
I would think it's low. I don't know.
So what's low to you guys? Let's just figure out what low is.
Well,
like
I mean, if
50?
you take national average, it would be on the bottom half of the national average.
32,
30, 32,
yeah.
16.
Wow.
Really? Yes.
So per capita, there's a lot of crime.
Hey, Delaware. Hey, look, hide your kids, hide your wife in Delaware, bro. Just trying to tell you, bro. It's
what's number 1, by the way?
Hold on.
Probably Illinois.
I was going to say Illinois.
Alaska.
What?
It must be per capita or
it's got to be per capita.
Yeah, Alaska.
Yeah. Really? Well, there's no, I mean, you could.
So the top 5 are Alaska, New Mexico, Tennessee, Arkansas, and Nevada. That's the top 5.
Wow.
If I wanted to get away with a crime and never get caught, I'd go to Alaska.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just vanish.
Outlaw backcountry.
Outlaw state.
But anyway, the reason I brought that up, though, is because, first off, that was shocking. And I'm thinking with Delaware was so much crime, this guy that I'm about to tell you about might be the dumbest person I've ever read a story about. Because this guy robs a bank in Delaware and gets caught because when he robs the bank and leaves, he tries to deposit the money into the ATM outside.
At the same bank?
Yes.
So they caught him at the ATM, y'all.
That's so dumb.
Look, bro. Look, this desperate times call for desperate measures.
You needed that money quick.
Come on.
He's like, I don't have a day to wait.
That's not the way.
Well, you know why
I'm
he
not
did
gonna
that.
tell y'all how to get away with crimes, but I'm gonna tell you out of all the ways, you not finna get away by robbing a bank and trying to deposit it in the ATM outside. I'm gonna tell you that is a 99.9% chance you're gonna get caught. Like,
Well,
100%.
Here's the thing. I'm not a lawyer, but to me, if he would have successfully redeposited the money, you're no longer talking about bank robbery or bank heist. All this is you're transferring money from account to account. Who knows how it happened? It's the same bank. He took it from one account, moved it to the other. You tell me if that's a crime in this country, because that seems like fair game to me.
It's a crime of stupidity. Like, that's what it is. Like, I'm like, first off, robbing a bank in 2021, that's already that's a dummy mission, guys.
Yeah.
Like, that's a rough one. But then when you do the worst crime in 2021, you turn around and you try to deposit the money into the ATM, dog. That ain't it.
This feels like a storyline in a movie with Nicolas Cage, where he just, and gets away with it because this is how he rolls. Yeah.
If Nicolas Cage and Kevin Hart made a movie, it'd be this one.
Can I just say this too? Because you bring up a good point. You can't really rob a bank in 2021. You can't really steal a car in 2021. Like, what are you going to do with it? It's got serial numbers and license plates all over it. You know,
it's over.
Where are you going to sell it? Yeah. Technology has ruined hypothetical heist. Okay. There were so many times in college I would sit around my room with my buddies and be like, hypothetically, we're not going to do it, but if we were to perform a heist and just want to make as much, and we would go through the scenarios, who would be the getaway driver, where we would go. Hypothetical heists are really fun. You get with your buddies and you assemble your own little Ocean's 11 crew and plan some kind of cool. You're not going to do it, but just as fun to think about. Technology's ruined it. There's no cool heist anymore, man. There's nothing cool to heist.
I was going to say, I've never thought about doing those things, but no, they sound like they would be fun to think to do.
There's a series on Netflix called Heists, and it's the real people telling the stories of heists they pulled off successfully, including robbing Brinks trucks.
Yeah, I watched it. I watched all of it.
Smuggling massive drug money.
So are they? How are they doing that?
They all did time, and they're all out because they served their 15 years or whatever. Okay, but man, back in the day, you just got to watch a Brinks truck, see the schedule of when they drop it off at the warehouse, and just go get the bags. I mean, it was just that doesn't happen anymore.
The Brinks one, you know what ruined their heist is they didn't realize how heavy bags of money were. And they're like, it's too heavy.
Oh man.
They're like spent months. The great thing is they spent months planning this heist. I mean, every element of this heist, where they're going to ditch the car, where the I'm telling you, they have an inside person that got a job at Brink. They could have not put more thought into this heist. Yeah. And the day of the heist, not only does one of them drop the bandana that has his DNA on it that allows the whole crew to go down, but they don't even they get to the money and they don't even have a way to get it to the van.
Each bag is 50 pounds, so they can only carry two, and that's 100 pounds, and they can't run with it. So they didn't think it through. Yeah, so they couldn't steal all that much. Then the funny thing was, Jesse, when they stashed the money, that the guys were like, "Don't spend it, don't whatever." And so one guy buried it in his backyard, not realizing that in Florida, the ground is wet and paper disintegrates. And so they left it and came back 2 years later, and the money's just rotted away. It's just like, what are you doing?
He should have put it in the bathroom at the church, is what he should have done.
Gone to the ATM.
Should have gone right to Osteen.
I'm so sad I wasn't here.
Osteen knows what to do. Osteen knows right what to do. He's like, no, just leave the money there. And you see him knocking on pieces of drywall. Here it is. Right here. Here it is. So we have some room behind this piece of drywall.
Yeah, man. My man Joe's out here trapping. What? Oh my goodness.
Yeah. All right. Well, that'll do it for Slices. Stay tuned. Up next, Danté Stewart joins us.
Joy to the world, the Savior reigns. Let men their songs employ, while fields and floods, rocks, hills, and plains repeat the the sounding joy. Repeat the sounding joy. Repeat.
You're listening to Drew Holcomb and the Neighbors. The song is Joy to the World. What a good ditty. Also available on the Very Relevant Christmas Spotify playlist. Well, Danté Stewart joins us today. He's a writer and speaker. He's been featured on CNN, The Washington Post, Sojourners, and many more. He writes about things he knows deeply and is passionate about, things like race, religion, and politics. We spoke to him about the difference between liberation and reconciliation and what the future for the church looks like in regards to racial issues. Here's our conversation with Danté Stewart.
I'm wondering if you can, for the people who are going to read this and listen to this who haven't encountered the book yet or encountered your story, do you mind taking me back and giving me sort of your origin story and how you got from your start to sort of the idea of drafting the book?
You know, what really made me write this book was, in 2020. I mean, I was writing essays, and so many of the essays that I started to write were starting to change. I was first originally a writer who was very, like preachy in my writing, in the sense of, I gave a little background, gave some content, and then an application, and it wasn't necessarily creative writing in that sense. But once 2019, started to happen, I started to read better books in 2018, 2019, after I had left white spaces coming out of 2017 and 2016 with the Alton Sterling murder and the murder of Philando Castile and even the white church's embrace of Donald Trump. And much more than Donald Trump, but the kind of justification of white supremacy and black subjugation. And so as I began to read, as I began to think, as I began to wrestle, I began to write, and I needed to write. I needed to write to make sense of it, but also to kind of work out some ideas that I was messing with and reading and things like that. And so then, here comes the book out of 2020, really trying to make sense of the central question of my book. What does it mean to be Black and American and Christian? Mm-hmm. Which is likened to Audre Lorde's kind of framework in Zombie, where she says, I remember what it was like to be young and Black and gay and lonely. And she writes about that experience. And I kind of wanted to do that type of wrestling as well, to think about the ways in which these identities intersect, in my own story and the stories around us. And the ways these stories and experiences intersect in some terrible, terrible ways, mm-hmm. Which we become terrible things oftentimes, and I did. But also, it can intersect in very beautiful ways where we become courageous and the best of what those three identities and experiences can become. And so I began to write. I read Baldwin, I read Bambara, I read Morrison, I read June Jordan, Keeanga-Yamahtta Taylor. And so all these writers that I was reading, and even Ta-Nehisi Coates, whose brilliant book, Between the World and Me, shaped so much of how I approach my own book. I started to write, and that was kind of how this book came to be. Was out of my kind of wrestling with that question, but also, my embodiment of trying to become the best of what those identities can be in the world.
Could you detail a little more about the difference between reconciliation, which is a very popular word in the white spaces, the white Christian spaces that I tend to operate in, and what you're talking about with liberation or even revolution?
Yeah, 100%. It's simply characterizing this statement that, that in some sense, I used to think that proximity would change people. I used to think that simply being around different people, that diversity, would change perspectives. But I realized that proximity does not change anything if it does not deal with power dynamics. If we don't deal with the inequities of power, particularly who gets to shape the space and who is valued in the space and who is protected in the space and whose reality is taken seriously with whatever space we are in. You know, if in some sense we don't deal with the inequities of power and try to empower people to be fully human, to be fully themselves, to be fully in the world as themselves, knowing that we have something to offer, not simply that it's transactional, that you give me something in this space and I just give you a little bit of crumbs. You know, you show up, I give you a group. You know, you show up, I give you this in exchange of making us comfortable. You know, so that is in some sense, you know, what I mean by that difference between reconciliation and liberation is that oftentimes the language of reconciliation has been a way to evade, you know, Black humanity and the worlds in which we have created and the way that we think about the world, the way that we name our realities. Reconciliation has been, you know, a way to evade us and to devalue us, not taking into account that, as Martin Luther King said, you want us to integrate into a burning house, or whatnot. Or as Willie Jennings would say, you want to integrate us into a colonial project where white people still control the power and we're just present. And for me, that's the difference, is that, as this sister say, unity is good, but freedom is better.
I'm wondering, as you're talking about this, if you, as a communicator, as a writer, I feel like, and you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, a challenge that you would frequently run into is sort of a poverty of imagination. It's so difficult for those of us who are raised in the West, especially raised in white spaces within the West, to even imagine a world without these hierarchies of power. And the idea you're talking, it's like trying to explain to a fish what it's like to be dry. Or there's just no world in which any of that clicks or really makes sense. It's something that we've never seen. So I'm wondering how you have sort of, or if you have found any ways to communicate that to people in a way that you feel like is effective at opening their spiritual imaginations, their political imaginations, their social imaginations in a way that has helped these move these conversations forward in places where they often stall.
Yeah, and I would even say that maybe at one point in time I was concerned about that question, but I'm not necessarily concerned as much about that question anymore. Particularly, you know, at the root, what can white people learn that they have not been learning, you know, for a while? You know, how can white people think better and become better and be better? And I think this is one of the challenges, you know, and the limitations of so much of the talk regarding our country, regarding race, religion, and politics and things like that. It centers whiteness. It still continues to center white progress and white education and what white people can do that they have not done before. And that's just not a question that I'm concerned about. I'm more so concerned about what can we gain and glean from looking again at our Black lives, you know, and what those worlds that we have created and that we contain can tell us something about what does it mean to be Black and alive, as June Jordan says, and looking back at you. So like, I don't want to just simply reduce our lives to simply, is it a lack of imagination? You know, from them, from white people or from whoever who's in power with any marginalized community. It's not necessarily, you know, a lack of imagination. No, they are, as Derek Purnell say, white people don't lack imagination. White people have imagination. You know, they have found sophisticated ways to harm us, to evade. White people got imagination. It's just, as Willie Jennings right, a diseased imagination, an imagination that protects white supremacy and anti-Blackness in a world in which they have built and we have inherited. And so for me, I want to make the turn, as Elizabeth Alexander writes in The Black Interior, I want to make the turn to say, we must envision what we're not meant to envision. You know, and in some sense, that is bound up into imagination. Sure. You know, it's bound up in the way we imagine the world, imagine ourselves. But I want to be caught up in the Black sacred imagination, as Elizabeth Alexander writes, envisioning what we're not meant to envision. And that is complex Black selves, real and enactable Black power, alongside other marginalized communities and alongside those who live in those spaces of power who want to do better.
That was Danté Stewart. You can read more from that conversation in our interview with him in the new winter issue of Relevant. It's available for free at relevantmagazine.com. Click on the magazine tab, and our winter issue is there, and we have a great piece with Danté Stewart. Go check it out. Spread word. Share it. It's a great piece.
Quarantine Christmas, it got me hoping and wishing that we could cope with the missing mac and cheese, okra and chicken that go in family not with us. I'm paying Santa a visit like Chris. You got something in that sack for pandemics? Chris, man, same thing. You got something in that bag. I need you and I miss you, but I can't see you.
You're listening to No Big Deal, DJ Michael V and Paul Russell. The song is Christmas 19. Again, available on the Very Relevant Christmas hip hop playlist. Go check it out. It's a great track. Okay, it's time for
What's Jesse thinking? Huh?
a very special Christmas edition, Christmas week edition. Jesse, what are you thinking this week of Christmas?
Guys, I'm thinking, that I got a big issue with how technology is ruining gift giving. And here's why. Okay, I'm going to, just like hopefully a lot of listeners are going to lots of little Christmas get-togethers these next couple of weeks. Visit friends and family, and a lot of them have these gift exchanges. Kind of, some of it's Secret Santa, some of it's White Elephant, but this is particularly for the Secret Santa people. Okay, the fun of Secret Santa is buying something for the person that they would never buy themselves. Okay, but Secret Santas, there's all these apps and stuff now, the wish list websites where it's like, oh, you got this person for Secret Santa. Here's all these items that they like, that they want to. It's basically like a wedding registry situation. Like, dude, I'm not going to buy you a belt that you just been holding off on buying that you can afford. I'm not going to spend my money there. Okay. All of this stuff you've uploaded is just stuff for your house. Okay. I know you need a new TV universal remote. Great. I was at your house. Yours sucks. It doesn't work. I'm not buying that for you. Okay. Why
You're
even
like, that's a utility.
Right.
Why even do Secret Santa? Why even do Secret Santa if everyone's just uploading a wedding registry and I just got to pick something? Why don't you just order something from Amazon and I'll give you the $30 limit? Okay. You might as well just be doing that. You might as well say, here's $30. Just pick whatever you want.
Right.
No more of this. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to buy you, like I said, something you're not buying yourself. That's the whole fun of this. Like a t-shirt for a new father with a plate of nachos and it says Nacho Average Dad. It lasts every time. Okay. Are you buying Nacho Average Dad shirt? You're probably not. Okay. Are you buying the hilarious mug that looks like a toilet? No, you're not. But guess what? When you drink coffee out of it in the morning, everyone gets a laugh. You have me to thank. I don't want to just buy. I don't want to do chores for you. Okay. You've got a whole list of stuff you need from your house. Great. Upload that list to some other app on your phone and take it to Walmart or whatever. This has to stop. It's ruining. Honestly, real talk. It's ruining every Secret Santa I go to. It's like, well, here's some ideas that they personally uploaded. Like I said, dude, I'll just give you money and you go pick one out and just order it. But this is pointless. It's stripping all the fun out of it.
I agree with you, man. I mean, I'm big on don't give me a list. Let me put thought into what I think, of you, things that I like, that I think you would like, and let me give you something that's personal, unexpected.
You know how I feel.
I don't want my parents to ask me for a list. Derek just wants cash.
I want the most predictable gift in the world. Cha-ching, baby. You know what I'm saying? Run me the money.
So does your wife give you money? For your birthday, your wife's going to give you money?
I'm finna buy the gifts anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the gifts, she's just going to give me all the money for the gifts back. I think as a parent and an adult, it's like, man, to me, I'm like, what y'all gonna give me? You buy all this money to put these gifts in these kids' pocket, and they're gonna give you some socks.
Right.
Well, I don't want no socks. You know what I'm saying? Give me from everybody else. Give me the money because I spent too much money this Christmas. I need some help. Give me the money.
Jamie, when you and Aaron are exchanging gifts, do you have the same dilemma? Like, I don't want to spend too much because they might get mad at me for spending money on them. Like, is that because that's the dilemma. It's like we've talked about it before, but those Lexus commercials, it's like, who's taking on a new car payment without consulting their spouse?
Yeah,
exactly. Or who just dropped, $60,000, You know what I mean? On this brand new car. Like
Right.
you either just drop 60 grand or somebody got a new payment.
My dilemma
Right.
with gifts for Aaron and I is Aaron wants a new watch for Christmas. But I'm like, just go buy yourself a new watch. Like, I just feel like, how am I going to pick out a watch that I think you
It's
like,
a
but what if
very
you don't like
specific
it?
gift. That's an
Yeah,
important
just go get
thing. He
go
needs
get
to
you a
have a
watch,
say in
babe.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I bought him one. He doesn't listen to the show, so we're good. I bought him a watch.
Mhm.
But he's probably not going to like it, so he's going to have to take it back, and then it
It'd be
feels
like you
lame.
buying him a haircut that he can't see. You know, like all of a sudden, like now this is going to define your look. You know, like, you know what I mean? You can't buy a guy a watch. It's very personal.
I did
I'm
do
with
this
you.
though, and this is for all the moms out there, is I told Aaron the other day, I said, hey, listen, I want to set some expectations up so my feelings are not hurt on Christmas Day. I'm filling everyone's stockings up with gifts, including yours. So don't leave me hanging because,
Right.
I'll,
Mom
like
always
everyone's
gets
open
forgotten.
stockings that I put all the gifts in, and then there's me with like nothing. So this is the tip. If you want something to happen, you got to say it.
But don't go
I'm
as
with
far
that.
as
I'm
these
with that.
digitized chore list. Like I'm suddenly running errands for coworkers now. Like that's what it feels like.
Toilet paper.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, bro. I
Jesse
need more.
picking up
I need
toilet
more.
paper.
I need more Keurigs too. Okay, but how about I not do your shopping for you? Okay, why don't you just take care of that when you go to the store for all the other stuff? And
Hey,
then buy
somebody
something
uploaded
fun.
their Verizon bill.
But at this point, why not? Why not?
Secret
If we're moving to a system where the Secret Santa just runs an errand for you that you were going to run anyway, why not just move to a system where we're just exchanging cash? All I'm saying is let's have a little fun this year. And if someone tells you what they want, disregard it and buy something wild. Okay.
They're like, yo, we cut the cord. We don't use satellites anymore. Can you take the satellite back to DirecTV for me?
Exactly. It's like, great. Lowe's. Okay, now I'm going to the hardware store for you, brah, because I got to get a new battery for your rechargeable drill. Just what I wanted to do for Secret Santa. How thoughtful of me. I knew you needed that. Yeah.
Well, it's 4 days before Christmas right now. So, if you still got time to go put some thought into something for the people you love, right? Just a little bit last second thought. Okay. All right. Well, that'll do it for.
What's Jesse thinking? Huh?
Well, before we wrap it up, I want to thank Danté Stewart for joining us today. Make sure to check out our full conversation with him in the new issue of Relevant. It's available at relevantmagazine.com. Just click on the magazine tab. It's free and worth it. Spread the word. Share it. Read it. Speaking of the new issue, make sure while you're there to check out our conversations with Lin-Manuel Miranda, Kirsten Powers, Saint Motel, Shad, so many more. It is awesome. The winter issue of Relevance available now. And don't forget, head over to the Relevant store, relevantstore.com, to check out our great new merch. You can pre-order our annual print edition. We got shirts, we got mugs, we got podcast gear, all the stuff. Go check it out. And there's a good little sale going on right now, last second before the holidays. It will not get to you in time for the holidays, but if you're in a spending mood, why not save a few bucks? It'll get to you after the holidays. Right, relevantstore.com. Also, while you're at the site, relevantmagazine.com, check out our daily devotional series, Deeper Walk. It's presented by Lumo. There's a morning devotional email every weekday you can get, or you can check it out under the faith section on our website. It is a fantastic way to start your day. I love seeing our tweet first thing in the morning with the new devotional. Click it. Just a great 5 minutes to recenter. It's a great way to start your day. Also, make sure to follow Relevant on all the socials so you don't miss a thing. We're on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And make relevantmagazine.com part of your daily web browsing. Why not? All right. Okay. On that note, we'll wrap it up. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Jamie Ivey.
I'm broke.
Yeah, for real. Have fun in the next few days, scrambling and getting everything ready for Christmas. Have a good week, everyone. We'll see you on Friday.
Thanks for listening to the Relevant Podcast. Check out our features, interviews, and news updates every day at relevantmagazine.com. And make sure to follow Relevant on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for the latest. For more great podcasts, browse the shows on the Relevant Podcast Network, which you can find at our site. And while you're there, don't miss the all-new era of Relevant Magazine. A new issue releases every other month at relevantmagazine.com.
Technology has ruined hypothetical heist.
Relevant Podcast Network.